What's up, everyone? Lord Ryujin is here. As you can notice, I've moved the computer into another room because I'm currently working on my game room at the moment. And I'll probably give you the tour more when it's closer to being done. Only because the fact is I'm still kind of, in between. I got the TV set up, and I'm probably going to put a couple of game consoles in there, but none of that's relevant right now. The point of this video is something that I wanted to kind of discuss. It's been floating around in my head for a little bit. I don't have any real coherent thoughts on it, so I might babble a little bit when it comes to it. But I want to know why Smash Brothers is so special. What is it about it that is a system seller? Like people buy Nintendo consoles. I mean, I think it's Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. If I remember correctly, it sold over 2 million copies or something like that. Those numbers may not be accurate. But the point is that when Smash Brothers comes out for the Wii U, it's probably going to do the same thing. It's probably going to sell like 2 million Wii U's or something like that. And you're probably going to get a ton of sales. But why? What is it about Smash Brothers? I mean, I don't want to get a lot of slack for this because I'm a Smash Brothers fan. I mean, I played every single one. I owned every single one. And with the exception of the fact that I lost my collection for a while and had to start over, I own every single Smash Brothers with the exception of 2. And they're the hardest ones to get. You probably know which ones I'm talking about. But I'm currently playing Smash Brothers for the 3DS, and I will buy it for my Wii U when it comes out in November. I'm just saying, and I enjoy playing Smash Brothers. It's fun. I love getting friends and family over and smashing each other. But what is it about it? Because I look at it and I'm like, okay, Mario Kart actually gives you different race options, and it gives you different courses, and it gives you online, and it actually tries to update its features. Legend of Zelda updates its artwork and gives you a different story and new items and all this stuff. Mario, love Mario games, but I love the 2D Marios better, and I even love a good 3D Mario that does something different because honestly, Mario 64, that style of 3D Mario, to me gets kind of old. It's probably why I didn't enjoy Sunshine as much as I probably could have. I mean, I enjoyed playing Sunshine, but after about halfway through, I just want to force the story. I don't really care anymore about getting all the shine sprites, and it's something I need to go back and do. But that's just kind of what I'm saying. Is each time we get a different Mario game, it tries to offer something different. Smash Brothers, with the exception of changing up the roster, doesn't really do much. I mean, let's look at 3DS as an example. With the exception of adding in some really good retro characters, which they did take the time to really treat properly. Pac-Man, I really enjoy playing Pac-Man. Probably one of my favorite new characters. Duck Hunt Dog, I really enjoy also. And Mega Man, who's probably my least favorite. But I really like Mega Man's Smash move, and I do like the care that they did into putting those nods towards the Robot Masters and stuff for his moves. So I'm in no way dissing the game. Like Shulk is probably my favorite character to play in that, but Link will always be my main. That's beside the point. What I'm getting at is that what really is it offering different? A couple of new stages. It's doing online, which Brawl did that. It's offering you forward B and up A and all those different combos that every single one is offered. And again, with the exception of updating the roster, it hasn't really done anything new and revolutionary, And that's, again, coming from me, a guy who likes Smash Brothers. I just wonder what it is about it. Because you would think that out of all the fighting games that there are out there, Smash Brothers is actually probably the simplest. It's easier to pull off combos with, and maybe that's why. Maybe it's because it attracts both the hardcore and the casual crowd. You have people that are like my wife and probably have no idea how to play a Smash Brothers game at a professional level, but can still pick up a controller and can still win from time to time because she enjoys playing Kirby. And she just enjoys playing. My kids enjoy playing, and I enjoy playing. And maybe it's that. Maybe it's the fact that if you're the kind of person that goes hardcore into it, that you can find all these different moves and combinations. You can be rough of it. You can do like an up A and then a down B, and you can do all this stuff. You can double jump and grab onto ledges. I kind of get, to an extent, its popularity. But I don't understand why it's a system seller more than like Mario Kart. Because to me, Mario Kart 8 has been the best Mario Kart so far. Mario Kart Wii was a good game. I enjoyed it more than I did Mario 64, and I enjoyed Mario 64 more than I did Super Mario Kart. Every single Mario Kart game that comes out, I enjoy more than the last one. I can't really say that about Smash Brothers. I mean, Smash Brothers on the 3DS has been the one that I've enjoyed the most outside of the original so far. But I didn't enjoy Melee that much. I mean, Melee was a good game. It just seemed like it had insane conditions for unlocking characters, which a game that's simple like that really shouldn't have, at least in my opinion. Because, I mean, can you imagine having insane conditions like that in a Mario Kart game where it's just like, oh, you have to play for 500 hours on a 4-player match, and you have to do it backwards while skipping, and it's like, huh? I'm not going to do that. Are you crazy? But, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Smash Brothers is a system seller. But I don't understand why. I mean, I look at, like, the Bayonetta 2 demo, and that was an awesome prologue. You know, we're looking forward to when the game comes out. It's probably going to be a day one purchase for me. You know, I already have it pre-reserved. Actually, it's you know, I'm ready for it. My body is ready. But besides that, there's also Fatal Frame in Japan, which, granted, is not here in the States yet. But what I've seen of the gameplay, it looks phenomenal. And you think that Nintendo would want to focus more on getting a game like that over here to the States to show off, look, the Wii U it can be a powerful system. Look what we can do with this. Look at how good looking this looks. This is like a 16 gigabyte some odd game. It's huge. A lot of, you know, like, you think that they would focus on that more than Smash Brothers. They focus on Bayonetta 2 more than Smash Brothers. And this is sort of a reason why I feel like Bayonetta 2 sales aren't going to be relevant. Because everybody's playing Smash Brothers right now. And they're playing Smash Brothers until Pokemon comes out, which I don't care about Pokemon, but I understand its importance. And then right after Pokemon comes out, you're going to have another Smash Brothers game. And that's just on the Nintendo side. We're not even talking about the Alien Isolation and the Evil Within and all these other games that are coming out on other consoles. We're talking about just Nintendo. Bayonetta 2 is kind of the odd man out when you look at that. Like, you got Smash Brothers, which is a system seller, Pokemon, which is a system seller, and Smash Brothers, which is a system seller, and then you got Bayonetta. You really think that Bayonetta 2 is really going to sell that much compared to those? Probably not. And that's the reason why I think Bayonetta 2 kind of came at a bad time. Maybe it should have been held off until January or February when there would have been a bigger game drought going on. Maybe it should have came out a couple months sooner when there was really not a whole lot of big games coming out, especially towards the end of the year. A lot of bigger games come out. That's just my 2 cents. I understand the importance of Smash Brothers. I love playing Smash Brothers. I'm going to go pick up Smash Brothers for my Wii U, and I'm going to use it in conjunction with Smash Brothers on my 3DS. I'm going to go back and forth between the two quite a bit. So I'm not dissing it at all. I'm just wondering why that one is a system seller. Why? Is it because it's such a simple fighting game? Is it just because of the care that they put into the roster, which would probably be me? But if you think, oh, it's because it's a hardcore game, well, think based upon the demo that I played, that Bayonetta 2 is more of a hardcore game. It seems like it's going to have a lot of combo abilities and a lot of difficulty behind it. It also looks like it's a hell of a lot more fun. Its replayability is probably the biggest thing that I think Smash Brothers has going for it, though. The fact that even after you unlock all the characters and unlock all the stages, you still have all those challenges. You have a boss rush mode, you have all-star mode, you have classic mode, you have all these other modes going for it. That you really try to unlock all those challenges and get all those trophies. Maybe that's what it is, but make sure that you leave your thoughts on the subject about why you think Smash Brothers is a system seller. Because I always think that it's weird, you know? Maybe that's the reason why the Wii got such a big boost in the beginning, was because there was a Zelda that came out and a Smash Brothers that came out for it. And I think a Mario Kart came out for it, all within like the first year. I mean, I think it really helped the sales of the Wii. But that's just me. I think that games like Mario Kart, Zelda, Metroid, and even to an extent some game like Bayonetta or even Fatal Frame, I think that they need to be focused on more, and they should be the system sellers. And that's not dissing what Smash brings to the plate at all. I'm just saying that it's kind of weird that a game that hasn't really revolutionized itself much since its initial incarnation hasn't really changed itself much. You know, like with the exception of Brawl, which brought in Taboo, and this time around, which brought in the Master Core, you're still facing the Master Hand. You have basically a lot of the same roster that's thrown in there. You have a lot of the same stages, same moves. Not a whole lot has changed about the series since it was introduced in the 64. But that is the thing that sells Nintendo systems more than Mario Kart, which updates itself every game, more so than a Zelda, which again changes itself every game. And for the most part, Metroid, which also kinda sort of updates itself, with the exception of the Prime series, where they kind of went stagnant for a little bit because they had to focus so much on that first-person element rather than trying to be revolutionary. But that's a different video, which I'll probably do after this one. But, guys, again, love Smash Brothers, and I get its importance. Just like I get the importance of Pokemon, but you'll never catch me buying a Pokemon game. I'm just curious why that is a bigger deal. Why people make a big deal about Smash Brothers, man, it's coming, and people go out and pre-order and they sell like 11 million units. But a Zelda comes out, and yeah, it helps the sales a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it helps as much. Because we've had 2 Zelda games that come out for the 3DS, and it seems like Smash Brothers is what sold the most. Which is, I don't know, just weird. Because if you ask me, A Link Between Worlds is a bigger world and a better game than Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is good fun. Really enjoy it. I'm going to have to get online more of it. I've only done a few matches here and there. But otherwise, I mean, it's pretty good. All in all, it's just not as in-depth as those games are. And that's all I'm really getting at. But anyway, guys, that's my rant for now. I know that it was kind of random and it didn't really have much of a point to it. It's just kind of a question that I wanted to pose. Why is Smash Brothers a system seller? Especially more so than I think most other Nintendo franchises are. Which is weird because in a way it's nothing but just a big advertisement for other games. Like, hey, here's Link. Don't you want to play Zelda? You know, like, yeah, when are you going to come up with a new Zelda? You know? But that's my 2 cents for now, guys. Make sure that you leave yours on why Smash Brothers is a system seller. And otherwise, I will see you next time.